Welcome back to Barb's Crochet Den. So I know I just recorded a video yesterday, and I am doing my my graph blanket. I actually made progress on that yesterday. I did almost five, yeah, and I already messed up. I did almost 5 rows on that blanket yesterday. I'm missing, I don't know, this much as the last row. So I'm going to do that today. And I'm getting to the part where I'm cutting off, I'm able to cut some of the yarns off, which is a good thing. I won't have a big yarn knot in there anymore. So I decided while I'm making this video, I'm going to go ahead and work on the latte blanket. And this one, I'm almost done with this other half skein of yarn. So I'm actually going to I might finish that up today and then work on the graph blanket. Now the graph blanket, since I got almost 5 rows done yesterday, I wanted to ideally I would like to get 10 rows done today. I don't know if that's going to happen. I still have to go and do some house stuff. It is 9:30 in the morning, and I've already had my shower, fed the animals, that kind of thing. I've been trying to get this row done, and it takes a while to go around the blanket. So I'm pretty far into this blanket. So I just wanted to get on and, tell you how many rows I actually ended up doing yesterday, because that video was by itself, and I recorded that video in the morning, and yeah, I got almost 5 rows completed. Today I'm hoping to get 10 done. So after I do this video, I'm going to go up and I'm going to do some dishes and stuff. And then I'm going to get to work on my next blanket, or the graph blanket. I'm hoping, let's see, if I get the rows done, I'm on 42, so that'll put me at 52. I'm hoping to get at least to row 50 today, at least. I mean, ideally, I would like to get 10 rows done a day, but I work. Not today, obviously, but I do work. You know what? I hate when I feel like there's a hair, and sometimes it feels like there's a hair and there's not, and I'm looking for a hair so I don't crochet into the blanket and there's no hair there. Well, I don't like crocheting the hairs into the blankets anyway, but are you serious? Now I have to take this out. Sorry, I literally ran into another factory knot. This particular skein of yarn has had, I think this is the 3rd factory knot that's been in this skein. So, highly disappointed with that. This is about how long I leave my tails. So I like to weave them in. I like to knot them and then weave them in. Have extra so that if it does start coming out, there's a long enough tail that it can just be woven back in or tied or whatever. It's not just stuck with what's there. I have, on some projects, not done the knot, and it just comes apart. So I do what I call the knot and weave. I knot, and then I weave it in, but I try to make sure the knot here is flat and you can't feel it. It's kind of tucked into the other stitches. It's like padded, so you can't tell it's there. I've gotten pretty decent at that. Oh, that stitch is all messed up now. I've gotten pretty decent at that, actually. Sorry, I have taken an allergy medicine, and I don't know what's going on, wildfires or what, but my nose has just been going nuts. So in other news, what else have I had going on? Oh, yeah, I saw some posts today that said yesterday was the last day of making any pennies, which made me kind of sad because I actually like pennies. I do. I like the pennies. It's kind of sad because, I mean, what are they going to do? Round up to the nickel and then get rid of the nickel? Once they get rid of that, round up to the dime, get rid of the dime? I mean, it's just so crazy. Like, that shouldn't even be a thing. Although, then again, when you think about it, a lot of things are digital, you know. You got the cards and you've got the direct deposits and all that. So, it's technically, you don't need it, right? I guess you could say, but it's kind of sad. I do like pennies, and I do have the find a penny, pick it up, Aldi, you'll have good luck. And I put all those pennies in one spot that I find. Granted, I don't find a lot of them, but you know, I just call them lucky pennies. So what are they going to do now? They're going to just go collect all the pennies and have people tell people, oh, you got to turn in all your pennies so we can get rid of them. I mean, how's that going to work? That kind of doesn't make sense to me. Really doesn't. I don't know. Boy, things are changing, aren't they? No pennies. Things are really, really changing. Sad. It is sad. Oh boy. Kind of a very sad day. Very sad day. No more lucky pennies. I do like lucky stuff like 4-leaf clovers, lucky pennies, lucky I even have a couple of lucky candles from Walmart. I mean, oh, I can't believe I just did that. But bad luck, not so much. Good luck, anything to make good luck, I guess. Although I do not have any rabbit's feet, and to be fair, how lucky can those be? They weren't lucky for the rabbit, obviously. So, yeah, no, not that, not that. I like shamrocks, 4-leaf clovers. I like lucky pennies. I have this keychain I got from, I think, Amazon. I'm not sure. I wear it on my apron for work. It's actually called a Lucky Ducky. They're a little, it's like a little yellow rubber duck. Just has a thing that says Lucky Ducky on it. And I actually have that on my apron for work. It's just a little keychain, but I figured if I put it on my keys, I'd probably lose it or it would break. So I just put it on my apron, and there we go. So, like carrying around a lucky coin with you all the time or something like that, you know? Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, just sad really. Anything else going on? Not really. Although I have seen a couple of blankets made with the Karen anniversary cakes that I like. I saw this one thing that said diagonal something stitch. And I thought, that might be a nice pattern for the Karen anniversary cakes. Maybe the gingerbread forest one. I think that might be good for that one. So I might just try that one and see how that goes. We'll see. I haven't committed to a pattern yet for any of my Karen anniversary cakes, but I have time because I'm making this one and then I'm going to switch over to my other one. It's just, okay, my graph blanket just requires concentration and focus, and that is actually one of the reasons I did not finish it. The 5th row last night. I was going to finish the 5th row. Okay, so it's row 42 that I'm on. I was going to finish it. But the thing is, when I was looking at it, I accidentally moved the row. I used Stitch Fiddle and I used the progress thing on it. So it was on 42. And for some reason, I don't know why. I was like, oh, I finished that row. So I bumped it up to 43. And then as I'm stitching along, I'm like, this is the wrong side of the blanket to be on the odd number. Because the front of the blanket's the odd number. The back of the blanket's even numbers. I was on the back of the blanket and I'm like, this is row 43 and nothing was adding up. So I got about a quarter of the way through and I'm like, nothing's adding up right now. What in the world? So I look back at it and I'm like, 43, this is the wrong side. I missed a row somewhere. And then I went, oh, yeah, you're actually on 42. So I frogged everything back. And if that was the only mistake I made, I would have kept going. However, I kept just messing up where the colors changed what stitch and everything. So I was like, you know what? I am, oops, at a single crochet. I was like, I'm done for the night. I will continue this row tomorrow because I'm making way too many mistakes to actually be finishing it tonight. And it was only, this is what gets me. It wasn't like it was 11 o'clock at night or anything like that. It was only 8 o'clock. It was only 8 o'clock when I decided, okay, I am done. I need to just put it down, continue it tomorrow. Because it was 8 o'clock and I was just making way too many mistakes to be comfortable continuing it. So put it away last night. Today I'm going to finish that 5th row. And I'm sure I can get at least 5 rows done today. I'm hoping 10. Just means I will have to be very conscientious of time and just focus. But like I said, it's starting to get to where I'm not going to have the dark brown and the dark brown color changes. The only dark brown I will have is on the sides for the trees. And those are kind of like a border type of thing for the sides, those trees. So all I'm going to have is the dark brown trees on it. And then the others colors on the inside are big blocks of color. So it's going to be faster going through those. So I think I can get more rows done quicker now. The only part that's going to be more difficult is when I get towards the tops and the tops of the trees. I'll have more of the dark brown color and lots of switches up there. But if I can make good progress from where I'm at to that point, so the majority of the blanket actually. And of course the antlers. I'm going to have different. That's going to be interesting when I get to the antlers. I only have 2 skeins to one color and all 4 ends are attached to the blanket. So, well, no, one of them. By the time I get to the antlers, I should only have 1 skein attached. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe for the antlers, I'll pull out one of those other skeins that's slightly darker in color for the antlers. I mean, I don't think that would be bad, the antlers being just slightly darker. The colors are pretty close, together, but you can tell they are just a tiny bit off. So by the time I get to the antlers, I should only have 1 end of 1 skein attached. So that will be good on that one. I'm hoping to make some really good progress on it now. I'm starting to unattach some of the yarns and not having the yarn knot. Oh my gosh, that yarn knot. It is something else. I tell you what, that is one of the reasons why I don't particularly enjoy the blanket is all the tangled yarn, and I don't have the luxury of having bobbins and things like that. But normally when I'm using a color of yarn, for each section I like 1 skein of yarn. Now I do have, I think it's called toffee. It's the big twist, like the big 1 pound thing of big twist. And I think I have it's called the toffee color. I do have about 5 of those, and one of them I did break down into other little balls for all the different sections I was going to have. I don't like doing that because I don't want to have extra little yarn balls, bunch of little yarn balls of one color. However, I did break down 1 skein, and now I'm using the 2nd skein, which I probably should have broken down, but I haven't used all the first one yet. There's a few of those yarn balls that are still a good chunk of yarn, so that's going to be beneficial coming up when the bushes are changing colors because it goes dark brown, then lighter, then lighter, then lighter. And then I think I have 2 pale yellow colors I'm going to add for like the sky and the background trees. So I got some of those, but I'm looking and I'm on the fence whether or not I got enough yarn or I don't have enough yarn. I'm not sure. It's just, we're going to keep going and we'll end up figuring it out eventually, I guess. Kind of a thing. But I tell you what, this graph blanket goes between I really enjoy making it and I really don't. However, the past few times I've made it, like yesterday and a few days before that, I've actually been enjoying it. So I am just going to keep working on that. And I have been watching I was watching some YouTube crochet stuff, but I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on Netflix, and I think I'm going to watch Supernatural while I do it. My husband and I have watched Supernatural I think twice, but for some reason there are episodes that I still keep missing, and it's always the same few episodes. So I'm just watching it all the way through. I will get to those episodes eventually, so I'll be able to watch them. But there's a few episodes I really like that I end up missing, and then there's a few episodes that I've actually never seen because every time we're watching them, I'm not there. I'm off doing something else, or I'm at work, or whatever. So I will watch all the episodes this time. And then I'm debating whether or not I want to watch Bridgerton again. I don't know. I do not know. I did get the Bridgerton books, though, from Barnes & Noble. It was, gosh, a while back I got them. Sorry about the phone. Give it just a couple of rings. So sorry about that. Usually it's just telemarketers, so I'm not going to bother with it. But let's see, what else do I got to do today? Oh, here in about 10 minutes, I got to call UPS. Call the UPS store, check their hours and everything. And then, yeah, that's it for the day. Those are the plans. So I just thought I'd get on here and let you know progress I've made. Almost 5 rows last night, hoping to get up to row 50 today. I'm on 42. And then this is all I have left of this skein of yarn. And then I can put the label. I should probably just take it off. Then I can put the label in my bag over there with the rest of them. So we're actually making some good progress on our projects. And thought I would just let you know, because why not? Progress is always good, even if it's a little bit of progress. Who was it I was watching? I was watching Juan the Yarn Addict, and he was like, every stitch you can do is one stitch closer to being done. He's totally right, by the way. And that's actually good advice, no matter if you like the project or not. Even one stitch a day. It's one stitch closer to being done. So that's how I'm taking this. And while I've been doing this, I did turn the corner, and I'm doing this side on this blanket now. And this whole time, I've been recording for about 19 minutes. And I think I've only gotten one side of this blanket done. So, yikes, I have 3 more sides to finish on this particular row. I'm on the first set of double crochets. Although I am noticing the colors are kind of pooling on this one. But however it turns out is however it turns out, honestly. It doesn't bother me, because I like the way it looks no matter what. So, I guess not. It's not quite pooling like I thought it was. Okay, cool. I just don't want the colors to I don't want to have all the light on one side and all the dark on the other side. I want it to be like very interspersed with color on these. That's why I just keep turning, go one row, turn the other way, maybe turn a couple more times or 2 rows or something. You know, I don't turn every row, but I will. I mean, the most I'll go is 2 rows and then turn. I think there was one time I went 3, but that's because I had a single crochet and then I decided to, after the single crochet row, to turn and go the other direction. So, that being said, I just wanted to update you and let me know your updates and what you're working on. And maybe tomorrow morning, today's Thursday, so maybe tomorrow morning I will do a very short video on my progress from today. And I think this is probably going to be all the progress I'm making on this particular blanket. So, unless I decide to do a few more stitches before bedtime. But I do want to get this one done within the next week week and a half, something like that. Because there isn't much left on it. It's three more skeins and I'm done. And I've been able to get a skein every day, every other day. It just feels like I'm not because it is so long going around this blanket. Is why it feels like that. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is so ironic. Okay, so this row here, the one I'm doing now, see the light and then the dark? See 2 rows below it, the light and then the dark? Oh my gosh, that is so weird. Totally not planned either. Because this row I'm doing now, I did turn, so it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of doing it on its own now. But okay, so I got to set this aside because I do have the other one I need to get to. I do have some other stuff before I get to that. So it's going to be at least an hour before I even start that other blanket, which means it's going to be 11, 12 o'clock before I get to start that other one. And then I do have to pick up my kids from school. So that's going to be at least half an hour. I'm not doing it. Each row takes about half an hour. Oof. So for 10 rows, it's going to be 5 hours. I got this. I can do it. All right. I will leave it there for sure. And you guys let me know what you're doing. I will give you an update probably tomorrow. If not, it might be Monday because tomorrow's Friday, but I do work tomorrow. So I will try and give you an update tomorrow morning on how many rows I did today. And that's actually would end up being 3 videos this week. Sorry, this was supposed to be a quick video. It's 23 minutes. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know how it's going for you. Sorry, my other hook was about to fall. And let me know how you feel about them not making pennies anymore. I think it's a precursor to just digital money. But hey, anywho, like I said, leaving it there. And let me know what you're working on. Let me know how far you've gotten. Let me know how many rows you do a day. And until next time, you guys have a great day.